Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is All Random Daily 007 speaking, your secret agent to loads of fun. I am playing Madden 22 as the Houston Texans versus Arizona Cardinals. Let's go.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. Arizona Cardinals taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent
Yep, that's pass interference.
To really play well to make it work for this team.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
Tackle made by Marcus Golden. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going deep for Brown. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he'll take it across midfield and him down to the 48-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Oh, some strong running. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
And that was a pleasing run from Phillip Lindsay coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
To throw on second and 10, Watson, slant route to Miller. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here we go now on first and goal. To throw is Watson. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But it's still...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaq Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. From the 39, Murray out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney merciless. Able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Murray now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Well, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Watson's throw taken in by Miller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the game gets tough again.
And that throw behind his man, he missed it, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to go deep for Conley. And got his man complete. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Wiggles free. They can't tackle him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On first down, Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. As the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 29, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half from Murray. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. A final shot before break. Murray, he's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So
and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Whitney merciless, able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Going deep this time for Miller. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Got a man complete to Miller. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
First down, Murray sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down before he works it past the 50.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. From the 41, Murray. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, it's Murray. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Going up top for Miller. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's going to get this deep on Arizona's side of the field. A huge play there for Houston.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll work his way closer to the goal. He's got 5 down to the 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Faking the give. Now Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Lindsey, touchdown, Houston. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Moore now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Ross Blacklock able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll go again with Lindsey. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points. And
you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here.
And that is it.
Off the mark, behind him, incomplete. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Texans, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
And that is it for this one. I will see you all at the next one. I love y'all. Peace.